The audio in this video is on purpose. This video is closed captioned. If you're watching on the web and you don't see my captions, please move your cursor around the video until the CC icon appears in the lower right. If it's not underlined, please click it and the captions will appear. If you're watching on mobile and don't see my captions, tap on this video and then click on the 3-dot menu that appears in the upper right. That will make options appear, and then you can tap on the CC icon there. I am going to try to convince you to help millions of people in this video, but first, a title sequence. Hi Paul Talkers and other viewers, I'm Paul, and I have pretty good hearing. I mean, it's not the best, but I'm not hard of hearing nor deaf. I also speak and understand English, even pretty fast English, like Gilmore Girls English. But every video I upload to YouTube that's less than 30 minutes long, I make sure is closed captioned. If I had the money, I would pay to caption all my videos. It costs anywhere from $1 to $5 per minute, depending on the service. If you are also able to hear and understand English, you may wonder why. Why does Paul, or should anyone, care about closed captions on YouTube videos? First of all, audio is hard to do well. There are background noises, there's music, there are audio level problems, and there's microphone hiss. If you are like many YouTubers, you don't speak that clearly nor loudly enough, or you stumble over your words. None of those things are bad about you, but it makes it hard to hear you, even for people with no hearing disabilities. Secondly, without captions, you exclude a huge audience. The World Health Organization estimates 360 million people in the world have disabling hearing loss. The Gallaudet Research Institute estimates over 38 million people in the US are deaf or hard of hearing. Thirdly, if you only speak English, you're excluding all the non-English speakers who could potentially understand the written captions. There are 7.4 billion people in the world, and only about 350 million speakers of English as a first language. But there are anywhere from 470 million to 1 billion speakers of English as a second language who could watch your videos if they were captioned. And potentially, the other 6 billion people could watch too, with translations based off your captions. So whether you care about just the US population, or the whole world's population, or English speakers, or all language speakers, in every case, you're excluding at least 1 million people, and as many as billions of people. That hurts them, and you. But what if you have auto-generated captions turned on? You may have noticed this video's subtitle is #NoMoreCraptions. The name of Rikki Poynter's project is in reference to the very poor quality of automatically generated captions in the past. They used to be maybe 50% accurate, and the inaccuracies are often incomprehensible and sometimes offensive. Even when words were correct, lack of punctuation ruined understanding. Today's auto captions are about 90% accurate for people who speak loudly and clearly, but look at these examples I found in this week's trending videos. Good mythical more. Let me give a step out of this fine maggery. Casey Neistat. Are you kidding me? Cheap a kid, oh what? Casey Neistat again. Hardest part of probably for me as being away from Candace. I Justine. Try to catch them all. Someone caught all of us ones, but Nuclear family. Do you know why people were bugs, Riley? Because Jenna Marbles. Reuben vacuum cleaners are not for people to have dogs. And Jenna Marbles again. That's not aware, noose, 2K16, don't. If you could hear the source videos, you might be able to figure out what was being said in context, but that was all garbage. And captions help people who can't hear the videos, so they can't get the context. What if you turn on community contributed captions? That's a solution if you have lots of viewers and some of them want to do the work for you for free. But one, you're telling your deaf and hard of hearing viewers they're second class and have to wait behind the viewers you consider important. And two, you have to review those captions before you publish them. Why review them? Because people are assholes. Some people think it's funny to include their own jokes in the captions they submit. Jokes playing on the sounds made by the vlogger, jokes about the situation in the video, and so on. Captions are not a place to interfere with the communication between the video creator and the video watcher. It would be like if you're trying to have a conversation at Starbucks and someone kept interjecting jokes at your table. It's the caption provider's job to facilitate communication, not provide more obstacles. If you're going to use community submitted captions, which are already a slap in the face to your captions needing viewers, at least make sure they are accurate before publishing them. Which brings me to my last point on what not to do. Don't add captions later. Include captions in your video making process. Lucy Moon's recent Lucy Has a Crisis video, which is not captioned, starts with her confessing that she had recorded the whole video previously, but had forgotten to turn on her mic. Why didn't she just publish that silent video and then upload a replacement video with audio later? Because she cares about her hearing viewers. It is unacceptable for her video to be inaccessible to her hearing viewers. But that published video had no captions when I watched it. It was acceptable to her to publish a video that was inaccessible to non-hearing viewers. What if any other marginalized group were treated like hard of hearing or deaf viewers? What if women weren't allowed to watch a video until a day or two after men had access to it? What if black people weren't allowed to watch a video until a day or two after everybody else could? What if gay people had to wait a couple days after straight people? No reasonable person would think any of those situations were okay. If captions were not an available technology on YouTube, we'd have no choice on that platform. But it is here, and YouTube as a platform excuses deaf and hard of hearing inaccessibility by allowing videos to be published without captions. So we, as creators here, should be better than YouTube because we can be. Right now, if you publish videos here, you probably go through a process like 1. Coming up with the idea, 2. Either scripting it or at least thinking of what you want to say, 3. Recording the footage, 4. Editing the footage to some degree, 5. Uploading the video, 6. Making the description and any links, annotations, or cards look the way you want them to look, 7. Maybe you make custom thumbnails and attach those, and then 8. You publish it or schedule it to publish. Those are many steps, but if you do them all, and I told you to skip 1 or more of those steps to save time and effort, you'd think I was a fool. Why think of what you're going to say? Just say whatever. No? Why edit it? Just leave in all your mistakes. No? Why add a description or links to things? Skip that. No? The thumbnails aren't necessary. Just let YouTube pick a frame. No? If your editing is fancy, like with color correction or overlay graphics, just leave those out. No? If you thought no to even one of those suggestions, you have chosen to lengthen the process it takes to publish a video on YouTube. You weighed the time and effort versus the benefits, and you decided that step was worth your time and effort. If you are not including captions in your YouTube procedure, you are inescapably showing your audience that accessibility to deaf and hard of hearing people isn't worth your time and effort like all those other steps are. And as a result, you are also telling your audience with every video that disabled people don't matter. Now, some people don't caption their videos only because they don't realize it's a thing they can do or the consequences of not doing it. They're not bad people, they just haven't thought of this because YouTube doesn't push it. YouTube should change. This system should check if you added captions when you go to make a video public and just ask, are you sure you want to make this video public without captions? That question from this system would bring the concept to millions of YouTubers who would want to add captions if it occurred to them. That doesn't exist, but the hashtag No More Craptions project does exist. Please share this video and Rikki Poynter's video and make every YouTuber you can aware that adding good captions should be a part of their video creation procedure. Deaf and hard of hearing people should not be forgotten or an afterthought anywhere. They are real and valid people everywhere around us. They are in our communities, and you can help them be in our audiences. I've included links in the description and the cards, both about the importance of captioning and the methods for captioning. Please check those out too. And thank you, Rikki Poynter, for allowing me to be a part of this project. In the comments, tell me if you make videos, if you caption them, and if you have not before, are you going to change your procedure now? If you don't make videos, tell me who your favorite YouTuber is and whether or not they caption. If not, will you tell them about this? If you like what I did here, please subscribe at youtube.com/PaulRoth so you don't miss any of my future videos. To help me pay the rent, you can join my Patreon. Links in the description and the cards. For as little as $1 a month, there are rewards. And you've made it to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching all of this. Here is where I always say, tomorrow will be even better.